No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here, this door is open to you. Is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us.
Good morning. My name is Reverend Christy Corna. I'm the Associate Minister here at Unity of the Blue Ridge, and I want to welcome everyone here in person and welcome everyone that's viewing us on live stream. It's 4th of July weekend. I know there's a lot up and happening. I just want to welcome you and say I'm glad you're here. We're glad you're here. And so I'd like to open with a prayer. So I know that there is one life. There is one creative energy, one stream of consciousness at the heart of all life. This life with a capital L is love. It is peace. It is clarity, divinely guiding us every step of the way. When we center ourselves in the awareness of this one powerful presence that we get to be individualized expressions of, light shines in a new way. Love makes the way clear before us, and there is an unshakable peace that abides within each of us. And so we come together this morning to get that at a deeper level, to understand that this love, this light, this peace, this power, this presence is who we are. And we recognize that in one another. And in that awareness, all that we do is a sacred act. All that we say is prayer in action. And who we are is a blessing. And so it is. Amen. And so I would invite you to have a look around and see who you're celebrating with today and offer a namaste greeting and recognize that divinity in one another. And then I'm going to invite you to turn around to the cameras in the back and thank you to our AV team always on and welcome them and namaste to you. And we recognize the divine in you as well. And yeah. It's a beautiful day. And now is the time. Reverend Barbara Ann is here for the children's program. And if there doesn't appear to be any youth, I can be childlike, but I am not youth. So she's going to go back and just hold that space for our youth back there. And so let's just extend this blessing to Reverend Barbara Ann and all the children that are here and yet to be here and have ever been here. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the divinity in you. Thank you. And now our very own Dave De La Rosa. And first of all, let me just say, welcome, Kat. Music and message. And Richard's here, yay! And so, fabulous band as always, and our very own Dave De La Rosa is offering us a song this morning.
The sun shines on us all. The rain falls to help us grow. The light shines just so we can see. Ooh, life's a miracle, I know. We can't ignore, it's written on the walls. The truth is plain to see. Love is the key to every door. This lesson learned will set you free. The sun shines on us all. The rain falls to help us grow. The light shines just so we can see. Ooh, life's a miracle, I know. This galaxy that we live in floats around the sky, intending all we see. And we hold on to each other, hoping you and I, that the universe will always be. The sun shines on us all. The rain falls to help us grow. The light shines just so we can see. Ooh, life's a miracle, I know. Life's a miracle, I know. Life's a miracle, I know, I know, I know. Ooh, life's a miracle, I know. Ooh.
Life is indeed a miracle. Thank you, Dave. And now for our inspirational reading, I'd like to invite over, already up, is Reverend Marty. Reverend Marty Stemmerman is our Director of Operations here, and she adds a delightful consciousness to this community and leadership. It's my honor to work with her, and she has another beautiful reading for us this morning. Please welcome Reverend Marty.
Thank you, Christy. Dave, that was beautiful. Thank you. A couple of you may have heard me read a poem by John Rodell a few weeks ago, and I am reading another one just because he's writing some pretty amazing stuff right now. He's a poet from Wyoming that I recently came across. My home state is Wyoming, and so when we're from Wyoming, we kind of think that we should know everybody there because there's so few people. So this is a poem about peace. I used to think that achieving inner peace would make my heart look like a calm lake. I thought being in harmony meant no ripples, no waves, no lapping shores, just still water. It turns out that serenity isn't the absence of movement. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Because the more peace I feel, the more my heart churns and bubbles like a lake boiling as a ribbon of lava breaks through underneath the water. I don't think we were created out of nothingness to come here just to let our hearts become an unmoving body of cold water covered in standing algae. I think the great love placed a fire in us so that our lives will be a natural spring of swirling, hot, healing water that never looks the same way twice. The war machine thinks it is the only thing that can move and lumber. And that's simply not true. Peace is the most disturbing force in the universe. Let me say that again. Peace is the most disturbing force in the universe. Peace is the tide that washes away the ancient seaweed of division that builds upon our shores. Peace is anything but still. It's a tsunami that can terraform rock fortresses into open-air chapels. My love, I'm starting to realize that the less my heart moves, the heavier it gets. The more dust it collects, the less kindness I feel. But when I let my heart stir like a constant cotton candy machine, the lighter and sweeter it becomes. Empathy is an act of chaos. It takes the narcissistic scripts we have been given and rewrites them into a handwritten gospel of understanding. Peacefulness is anything but still. It is pure motion. Peace is the ripple that starts in the center of my heart and rushes out through the faucets of my eyes, hands, and tongue, out into the world. We aren't here to be stagnant. We are here to make a splash. John Rodell.
Since Reverend Marty has shared this poet with me, I have quick become a fan as well. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Peace is anything but still. And so today we have with us our very own Cat Williams, and yeah. And she will be offering us a song, and then she will be sharing a message, and we are just so blessed. So please welcome Cat Williams and her amazing band.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Oh, and brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know you got to find a way to bring some love in here today. And Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know you got to find a way, oh, to bring some love in here today. Picket signs and picket lines, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so that we can see, oh, what's going on, what's going on, hey, what's going on, what's going on. Mother, everybody thinks we're wrong, yeah. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our hands too long. You know you got to find a way, oh, to bring some love in here today, and picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so that we can see, oh, what's going on, what's going on. Let me hear it. What's going on, what's going on. I hope you do, 'cause I'm going home. Yes.
What is going on, y'all? I'm trying to figure out. My talk today is, where are we going? Which is a very broad question. So let me start by telling you, I was talking to Reverend Christie the other day, and I'm on the phone with her. All of a sudden, my dog started barking like crazy. And I'm like, okay, dog's barking, I can handle that, put him outside. Then all of a sudden, somebody's at my door, which is causing the dogs to bark, and it's the handy guy trying to fix my stairs that collapsed in front of my house. Then a big giant truck pulls up because I'm having septic problems. So the septic guys are here now with the handyman and the dogs barking. And I'm like, Christy, hold on a second. Then I had to just stop. I had to just stop and take a breath and go, okay, where do I go from here? And Christy's on the other line going, that'll preach, that'll preach. And I'm like, yeah, it will preach. Yeah, I guess it will preach. So I couldn't figure out, so I just took a breath, got centered. So first I got to stop my dogs from barking, and then everything else just fell into place. And that's how it usually happens. Chaos will come upon you, and then all of a sudden you take care of one thing, and it forms that domino effect. Everything just falls into place. As if you have trust and faith and spirit. So I had to ask myself, where are we going, which really turns into you as an individual and me as an individual, where am I going? So ultimately, you walk into a room, where am I going? You walk into a room and you go, what am I doing in this room, and why did I walk into this room? We're all at that age now. It's like, why do I go in this room? Or you drive home from work, you go 2 miles past your house, taking yourself back to work. Oh, is that just me? That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, well, it's also, and what's most painful is watching the evening news for me. And it probably goes for everybody. Watching the evening news is not like it used to be. Because usually it starts off with something so god-awful. You get angry. You get sad. You get confused. And ultimately you ask yourself, where are we going? Where are we going as a nation? Where are we going as a country? Where are we going as a congregation? And where are we going as an individual? I feel like whatever's going on right now, for me, it tries to keep us locked up into the abyss of rules and regulations, false realities by unknown people from the past and in the present now. They created this for us. They created this for all of us. First of all, when asking myself, where are we going? For me, I had to do a self-reassessment and ask myself, where am I going? Was the first question. And the second question was, what's stopping me from getting there? My answer to the first question, I'm going wherever Spirit directs me to go, with trust and faith. Like, let me give you an example of that. There's a lieutenant's position. As you know, I work for the sheriff's department, and I'm a sergeant there, and the next step up is lieutenant, where I have an opportunity to make change in policy and procedures on the way things run, to bring policing into the 21st century through love and compassion and empathy. Thank you. So I read what the qualifications were, and I pretty much met all but one. I didn't have 3 years as a sergeant. I only have 7 months. So I'm like, well, I can't make real change. Turns out that only 2 people put in for the lieutenant's position. One was overqualified and the other one was not qualified because of the 3 years. So they saw that and they came back around. I said, I'm not going to put this paperwork in. I'll never get it. I'm not going to worry about it. Boy, Spirit has a way of just coming back around. Next thing you know, 3 days later, we get an email, and it says, we've now changed the guidelines for becoming a sergeant. And the 3 years are no longer there, and a lieutenant. And so I just filled my paperwork out yesterday and sent it out. But those are the things that I'm talking about, wherever Spirit leads you. It led me here. Spirit led me here. I came here as a guest singer when Reverend Darlene first arrived, and I've never left. Those are the things. And I kind of take in my life the Richard Branson approach to life with a smaller budget. It's say yes and figure it out after. And so that's what I've been doing for years. Just say yes and figure it out what after, because wherever it's going to go, it's going to go, and I trust in that on where it's going to go. My second thing was, what's stopping me from getting to where I want to go? What's stopping me? And so I figured out I needed to get comfortable in the uncomfortableness. I have a small video here. I love TED Talks. How many of you love TED Talks? TED Talks are the most amazing thing on the planet. It always has a little bit of, just a little bit of in there to go, yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. So I'd like to show you a clip.
I'm a professional troublemaker. As my job is to critique the world, the shoddy systems, and the people who refuse to do better. As a writer, as a speaker, as a shady Nigerian, I feel like my purpose is to be this cat. I am the person who's looking at other people like, I need you to fix it. That is me. I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the domino. For a line of dominoes to fall, one has to fall first, which then leaves the other choiceless to do the same. And that domino that falls, we're hoping that, okay, the next person that sees this is inspired to be a domino. Being the domino for me looks like speaking up and doing the things that are really difficult, especially when they're needed, with the hope that others will follow suit. And here's the thing. I'm the person who says what you might be thinking, but dare not to say. And a lot of times people think that we're fearless. The people who do this, we're fearless. We're not fearless. We're not unafraid of the consequences or the sacrifices that we have to make by speaking truth to power. What happens is we feel like we have to, because there are too few people in the world willing to be the domino, too few people willing to take that fall. We're not doing it without fear. Now let's talk about fear. I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. Dr. Lovey was the dream. I was Doc McStuffins before it was a thing. And I remember when I went to college, my freshman year, I had to take Chemistry 101 for my pre-med major. I got the first and last D of my academic career. So I went to my advisor and I was like, okay, let's drop the pre-med because this doctor thing is not gonna work because I don't even like hospitals. So let's just consider that done for. And that same semester I started blogging. That was 2003. So as that one dream was ending, another was beginning. And then what was a cute hobby became my full-time job when I lost my marketing job in 2010. But it still took me 2 more years to say, I'm a writer. 9 years after I had started writing before I said, I'm a writer, because I was afraid of what happens without 401ks, without, how am I gonna keep up my shoe habit? That's important to me. So it took me that long to own this thing. That was what my purpose was. And then I realized fear has a very concrete power of keeping us from doing and saying the things that are our purpose. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let fear rule my life. I'm not gonna let fear dictate what I do. And then all these awesome things started happening, and dominoes started to fall. 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 Fall.
She's still falling, y'all. Fall, fall, fall. So, as Lovey, I love that name, Lovey. So, as Lovey says, you know, it's like a domino effect when you walk through fear. And I've walked a lot through fear in my life and taking chances and risk on myself. You know, here we go, we work for people, we put all this time and energy into work for our bosses to go on vacation. Why don't we put that same energy into ourselves? What stops us, what blocks us from putting that same energy into us and working that hard, if not harder, for ourselves? Now, I've been self-employed for 20 years until COVID hit. 20 years. COVID hit. I had to work. Bills keep coming. I couldn't call Duke and say, yeah, all my gigs got canceled because of COVID. And, you know, just hold that light bill for me. I'll eventually get to it. I had to do something. So what did I do? What do I know best? I went back into law enforcement. I love law enforcement, but when I got there, boy, it had changed in 20 years. But I still felt like it was the place to be. Deep inside, I felt that that is where I was supposed to be. And that's where I'm at now. And I'm making change there. Change in policy, change in people. Because I invest in those. Those detainees are our community. They're our community. So how would you like me to prepare your neighbor? People have a misconception. And when the jail opens back up, I hope to take some of you on a tour to see what we actually do. It's not just aggression and punishment. It's not. It's learning. It's teaching people, how do we live together as a community? Where do we go from here? Knowing that they have a support system, knowing that any of those individuals today still call and say, hey, Sergeant Williams, I need some help. So I'm helping people find where they're going while I'm going where I'm supposed to be. So it's a give and take thing. You know, many years ago, I thought of why did I go into law enforcement? And that was really, really simple. I had criminals for brothers and sisters. I did. I learned from the best. I learned from the best. I had a bank robbing brother and drug dealers for the rest of my family. I never judged them. I just knew that direction I didn't want to go into. But the beautiful thing about it is that they didn't want me to go into it either. And so they protected me in our neighborhood from those kids that were doing those things. They kept me away from that danger and said, go to school, get your education. And they made sure during that time. And it's so ironic now that my brother lives with me. And some of you have seen him here at Unity. And my brother is not a church guy. But he loves it here. He loves it here. He's like, because He's like, there's no cliques at Unity. I haven't seen any cliques. Nobody's trying to outdress anybody. And he's like, yeah, we went to Baptist. We were Baptists. Baptist. You walk in, you better be flying that fascinator high. It was a fashion show on Sunday in church for us. See, because those of you who don't know, my mother was Baptist and my father was Catholic. So we'd go to, each week we'd switch off and go to Baptist church and Catholic church. I didn't know where I was going. I had no clue where I was going or what I believed in, and I had to figure that out. So that was another lesson in learning. You know, it's just amazing how many individuals here have come from so many different walks of life. And we're all here together. So we're here for the where are we going? Where are we going as a community? Everybody has their little input into where we're going as a community. And where are we going? Things are shifting fast. I feel like I'm in that show, The Handmaid's Tale, right now. You know, and I never wanted to watch that show. And when I did, I got it. I got it. There is something that is seriously in pain. The world is in pain. Some serious trauma is going on in the world right now. So the question is, how do we get on the same vibration? Or how do we even come close to being on the same vibration? Because it needs to change. It has to change because the chaos is getting worse. I can't even watch the news anymore without it affecting me physically now and making me ill, sick, angry, hateful. I'm not a hateful person. I'm a cat. I'm full of love. Don't make me hate you. It's just all such senseless, needless activity going on in the world. I mean, why? They have enough money. They have what they believe to be more power, but yet and still they want more. They want more, more, more. So their wants and needs are here, which is affecting all of us down here. It's insane. What happened to we the people? What happened to we the people? We have got comfortable as a nation in letting other people make decisions for us, instead of us being that domino. Somebody has to fall first. I'm laying on it, y'all. Kaboom. This domino just fell. What are we going to do? We can talk about these things. We can talk things to death. Human beings, we can talk things to death. But if you're going to talk about it, you need to be about it. Get off your hindies and get to work. Because the change is only going to happen if we get up and work. It's not going to happen with us just sitting on the couch going, bless her heart. That poor thing. It's not. That's not going to cut it anymore. We have to actually get up and take action. Each individual has their how they're going to do it. Why are you going to do it is the question. I want to live in a beautiful, harmonious community. And I know there's going to be ripples. It's just like a giant family. You know there's going to be conflict here and there, but we should be able to work through our conflict and move on and still love each other and respect each other as individuals. The prison system has taught me a lot about being a decent human being and loving those who people deem as being unlovable. The fights and violence, I believe, occurs in these institutions based on the fact that they're not touched. Nobody touches them. People are, think about it. You're incarcerated for 2 and 3 years and haven't had a hug or a touch in 2 or 3 years. That's got to be painful. We as humans, we need that. We need that interaction, that touch from someone. But you have individuals locked up that haven't been touched in years. So what do just to have that? They fight. Because they get that violence. Because somebody is touching them. Somebody is laying hands on them. They don't care how, whether it's positive or negative. They're being touched. They're being touched. Me, I wanted to come up with a grandma program. Get all the grandmas in the world into jail. And just come on, get in line, honey. Nothing beats a Meemaw hug. Nothing beats a Meemaw hug. Society, and we put these labels on people. These people are not lovable. These people are unlovable. Well, we can love these people as long as they give this or that. All these labels. Where are we going? Where are we going with this? In the end game, where are we going with this? We accumulate things. They're just things. I'm not attached to things. I could walk out of my house today and go live somewhere else and leave every bit of furniture and everything behind. Because I'm not attached to it. It's just stuff for me. The value is in people, in the relationships. That's value to me. And that, I feel like I'm a billionaire when it comes to loving people. I'm a billionaire. Always wished I was a billionaire. Well, I am. It's just your perspective. It's your perspective on it. Well, I had a joke for you. It was a dad joke. And then I thought, nah, I don't think I'm going to go there with that dad joke. Okay. Where do bees go to the bathroom? BP. I know. Traveling. What we're getting to is into traveling. You know, where are we going? You say traveling. See the world. I was in 6th grade and I had a map and I was pointing out to all these different places that I read. Remember when they used to deliver the encyclopedias to your home? Well, we had the encyclopedias with these beautiful illustrations inside. And I'm like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go. All my friends laughed at me. You're not going anywhere. I filled up a passport and had to get another one. So I'm traveling. I'm seeing the world. And things are different. People are so different. The things that we worry about every day here. I went to Bali. And in Bali, they wake up in the morning and they're like, good morning. They are the happiest people I've ever met in my travels. They put out a little banana weave basket. And they put in a little bit of rice, some fruit, and flowers, honoring God every day. They do this every morning and put it on their front steps. And you can go anywhere in town and you'll see that. They're just so happy. Their family dynamics, when one person goes to work, you know how we all sit down and eat dinner together, and that's what we've been taught, and they don't do that. They're like, this one's working at this hour, this one's working at that hour. When you come in, grab your food, and I'll see you later. And then later on, they gather together and they pray, which was the most awesome, eye-opening trip I've ever been on in my life. The love was just incredible. You can feel it. It's thick and it's in the air. You can feel that love. Everything that people in Bali did, in my eyes, was done out of love. Even handing you a bottle of water. A smile came with that. It's like, it's just a bottle of water, but it's not just a bottle of water. It's like, here, have a great day with a big old smile. And so, I guess you can say I'm from Bali now. Everything I try to do in my life and for my community is with that Balinese big old smile. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve this community. I'm here to serve those individuals incarcerated. I'm here to serve. Whoever needs my help, I'm here to serve. But I made sure my no means no, and my yes means yes. How many of you use that? My no means no, and my yes means yes. You have to take time for you, to nourish you and your needs, and your meditations, and your prayers, and your hopes, and your dreams. Think about it. Growing up, we all had dreams. I want to be this. I want to be a writer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. Then it's like 20 years later, 30 years later, and it's like, how did I get in this factory? How am I a case or social worker? And I was going to be this big singer or this big whatever, actor or actress, whatever those dreams were. What happened? What path did you take? When did you come to that point to say, I need that 401k. I need that insurance. I need this. I need that. Why do we need that? We can survive without that. Cavemen survived and cave women survived without. He's dragging her by the hair and she's talking to him, honey, don't forget to call a life insurance company. You know, did you check into your 401k? No, I'm like, who created this environment that we're in right now? Where are we going? Where am I as the individual going? Richard, can you give me that song? There is, I went to unity.org, which is awesome. And it has a lot of things on there. And one of the things I read on there is that most of what we fear never happens. So why give energy to the thoughts that deplete us? Explore these resources to live with a sense of purpose, joy, and faith that everything is unfolding as it should. Calling all angels, calling all angels, walk me through this one, don't leave me alone. Calling all angels, calling all angels. We're trying, we're hoping, we're praying, but we're not sure how this thing goes. Every day you gaze upon a sunset with such love and intensity. It's almost as if you could only crack the code then you'd finally understand what this all means. But if you could, do you think you would trade it all in? All the pain, all the suffering. But then you'd miss the beauty of the light upon the earth, and the sweetness of the leaving. So calling all angels, calling all angels, walk me through this one, don't leave me alone. Calling all angels, calling all angels. We're trying, we're hoping, we're hurting, we're loving, we're crying, we're calling, 'cause we're not sure how this goes. I'm going to ask Reverend Christy to come up and lead us in the meditation.
So I invite you to close your eyes if you wish. And we just breathe in that power that shows up as love, that power that shows up as purpose and passion. And we center ourselves in the awareness that God's got this. I am in the midst of a journey so fine, so uniquely purposeful, that it simply adds more love, more light, more peace to the greater vision of our collective divine unfolding. Each of us being who we came here to be. Each of us holding our lanterns high. Each of us in service in a way that is simply ours to do. That divine expression of each of us does indeed ripple out into the world, touching, healing, unifying, empowering, offering hope and purpose and peace into the world. Each of us is a blessing. Collectively, we are blessed and blessing. It ripples on and out and on and on and on. We are eternal. Love is eternal. Peace is the very essence of who we are. And all is always well.
Calling all angels, calling all angels, walk me through this one, don't leave me alone. Calling all angels, calling all angels. We're trying, we're hoping, we're hurting, we're loving, we're crying, 'cause we're not sure how this goes.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you for being that domino. Thank you for being that light. Thank you for being so passionate about touching and healing and lifting and, wow, just spreading the love. Spreading the love. Thank you. And thank you to our amazing band. And Richard, so great to see you again. I'm so happy you're here. And Kat is going to offer us one more song.
Oh, I know I'll do better doing what's mine to do. Oh, I know I'll do better doing what's mine to do. But then I look inside of me, wondering what it means to be free. I know what I came to do. Hold on, let's go speed this up a little bit. Here we go. I said I know I'll go higher, doing what's mine to do. Some of that guitar there. Come on, Richard. Oh, I know I'll be stronger doing what's mine to do. Oh, I know I'll be stronger doing what's mine to do. And then I look inside of me, wondering what it means to be free. I know that I said, doing what I came. What I came. What I came to do. Yeah. What I came to do. What I came to do. Woo, woo.
Ah, you are indeed doing what you came here to do. And we are blessed for it. Yeah. Thank you. So I want to thank everyone for coming and sharing with us today, and the live stream. Thank you for joining us as well. And each of you, I always say that you put the you in unity. So just appreciate your participation, your presence, and your gifts to this community. And I want to invite up Michael Wackerly, one of our prayer chaplains, and Sharon Oxendine, who is one of our board members. And Sharon is holding a blue box, and this is the new way of giving for our love offering. We no longer, one of the many changes in the past few years is we no longer pass around for collection. But if you feel so moved to give us a love offering, those blue boxes are available, one at the door here and then all throughout the lobby out there. And there are many ways to give online, and it has been this community's incredible support that has been able to allow us to keep up the work and continue doing what we are called to do. So thank you for your continued support. Thank you to our online viewers as well. And Michael is holding a prayer box, and over here by the fabric art over there by one of our beautiful members, Karen Eve, is the prayer box, and there are some pink forms there for prayer requests. If you'd like to write out a prayer request, that gets submitted and shared with our ministerial team, our prayer chaplains, and our prayer team, and then also gets sent to Silent Unity, and they hold that in prayer for 24/7 for 30 days. So we are lifting you up in prayer, and you don't have to, peace, as we heard before, is not stillness, but doesn't mean that it's crisis either. So sometimes there's some really good stuff happening, and you want support with that too. So we encourage you to just bring all your intentions and requests to us, and we'd love to hold that sacred space with you. And so thank you again, and we actually today want to close with the prayer for protection. Do we have the words to that? Yeah. So join me in this prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so we've had a request. We used to close with the peace song. We used to stand up, hold hands, and we're not at the point of doing that yet. However, it is a 4th of July weekend. We are celebrating freedom, perhaps in many new ideas of freedom and what is ours to do to create more love and freedom in the world. And Kat's powerful message as being one of those dominoes. The focus with the poem and the reading was on peace, and there's a thread of peace that is woven throughout this community, throughout, I believe we are wired with that idea of that unshakable peace, and that does indeed ripple out into the world. So during this holiday weekend, we wanted to honor the request for the peace song and just hold that consciousness of peace for one another. So we're going to close with the peace song. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this community. Blessings.
Please stand for the peace song.
With God
Happy 4th of July, everybody.